Hi everybody, welcome back to Sherry Tries That, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, I hope you will take a moment to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when my next video has been posted, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Today I am going to try carving a pumpkin. I have carved a pumpkin, I think once before in my life. It was very simple. As I recall, it was a cat face, but I just did like 2 triangles for the eyes, a triangle for the nose. The whiskers I put on with marker, and I don't remember even what the mouth looked like. Maybe it didn't even have one. I don't know. So I'm going to try something a little more sophisticated this time. When I went looking for inspiration, one of the things that I thought that I wanted to try was a design that included going halfway through the pumpkin flesh. So not all the way through, for a complete hole that you could see to the inside, but something that took off the outer layer, but used the fleshy part of the pumpkin for part of the design. So I found a design I liked. I used it as inspiration. I was not going to do exactly the same thing. I will put a picture of the inspiration in before I start carving, so you know kind of what I'm going for. But there are parts of it that I wasn't going to include. And then, of course, part of what it became was dependent on what I could find at the store. So come along with me now and watch as I try to carve a pumpkin and make it look somewhat like my inspiration picture. Here is my pumpkin carving kit. I ordered it from Amazon. I'll list it down below in case you're interested. I have no idea what all these things are for or what they can do. This one I can guess. But so my neighbor is vacuuming out his car. I have started and stopped so many times, I can't keep doing that. So I hope you can hear me. These are red carrots. Originally I was looking for gourds, but my grocery store didn't have gourds this year, which I found very odd because I've seen gourds there every other year. Anyway, I found these and I thought, oh, those would make good horns. And they seem very dead. They're very rubbery. They seem very old. Maybe mold on them. So when I went through the checkout, I said to the cashier, I was putting things on the conveyor belt, and I said to the cashier, when you get to these, I have a question. And she said, oh, those are red carrots. She said, but they look pretty bad. I said, do you have to charge me for them if they're really dead? And she said, oh, I'll get produce to get you some fresh ones. And I said, actually, I don't want fresh ones. These are going to be horns. And I had the pumpkin on the conveyor belt. And I said, for this thing. And she kind of thought for a minute. And then she picked them up from the conveyor belt and put them over where the bag stuff goes and said, there you go. So I thanked her very much a couple of times. I don't really have a problem asking them to maybe not charge me for those because they're just going to throw them out. They're not going to be able to sell them as produce to anybody. If I had said, yes, please have produce, bring me fresh ones, they would have taken these and they would have thrown them back in the back, thrown them away. So I don't feel that they're really losing out on a sale in this case. I just decided that I'm probably going a little too deep because I want to carve things, but I don't want to go all the way through. So the next part, I'm going to try not to go quite as deep. I'm going to do it a little more shallow. So, what did you think about my pumpkin? How do you think it turned out? And if you're planning to carve a pumpkin for Halloween, where do you get your inspiration? Do you have a certain design that you do year after year, or do you like to change it up every year? Where do you go for your inspiration? I would love to hear about your traditions and how you choose what you're going to do. Please leave me your stories in the comments below. I love reading them. Thanks so much for joining me on Sherry Tries That, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. So, what did you think? How do you think it turned out? So, what did you think of my pumpkin? How do you think it turned out? Are you carving a pumpkin for Halloween? If so, where do you get your inspiration? How do you decide what kind of pumpkin you're going to carve? Do you have something traditional that you do year after year, or do you change it up every year? Please let me know in the comments below. I love reading your comments, and I love it when you share with me and the other viewers, kind of what your traditions are, and how you go about choosing things. It's very interesting. This is shed. So, what did you think about my pumpkin? How do you think it turned out? And what are you going to do? And if you're planning to carve a pumpkin for Halloween, where do you get your inspiration? Do you have a certain design that you do year after year, or do you like to change it up every year? Where do you go? Where do you go for your inspiration? I would love to hear about your traditions and how you choose what you're going to do. Please comment. Please leave me your stories in the comments below. I love reading them. And I think that the other viewers like reading them too. No, nobody's ever commented. Please leave me your stories in the comments below. I love reading them. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next. Thanks so much for joining me on Sherry Tries That, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.